As you may know, we're about 50% of the way through our house renovation. And if you've seen the last video, you'll have not only seen that we'd finished our hallway ready for tiling,
but I have also quit my full-time job to go into content creation.
Did you get that part-time job?
Because this is going to be our forever home and definitely not a flipper, we're big on our design, finer details and finishing touches. We especially love a bit of colour.
Just a bit.
And our most recent project really will hit you with a punch.
So last time in our massive hallway project, we got as far as ripping up the old floorboards, making solid our moving joists with sister joists, a whole lot of noggins, and top it off, 18mm structural plywood, ready to start positioning our tiles. Now, this is one of those tasks that on paper seems a doddle, but it wasn't. So to begin with, we measured the halfway point on both end walls and connected them with a line. Because we couldn't get the midpoint right way down because the stairs were in the way, we decided to do the midpoints within the largest part and go from there. Once we had our line, we had to find the centre and create a right angle off this using an angle finder. Then, only then, could we position our first tile central to this line and using our 3mm spacers dry lay them to see how they would end up both side to side and end to end. After the first attempt, it left small slithers at each side, so we moved the tile exactly half a tile from the line, which left us with even cuts about half a tile width at each side. So the only thing is, Mo, once we lay the decoupling mat on top, how are we going to find these lines? Late into the night, Molly got on with priming the plywood floor. So we have primed the floor. Can't part too much. This t-shirt does me no favours. We used Evo Stick Flexible Primer. It's white. Must come in all sorts of colours, but doesn't really matter because you're never going to see it again. Feet are sticking a little bit. But for anyone who's interested, it is 1 part product to 2 parts water. And this whole little 1 litre bottle does 30 square metres as a primer. Ours is 10 square metres, so we use about a third of it. Yeah, we should be nice and sealed and ready to go. I mean, we never make mistakes in this house, do we, Mo? What are you doing?
I've got to prime my shelves so the paint hasn't adhered.
Shame! Shame! Ah dear. So we'll scrape it off and then we'll use, what's it called? Bin primer. Bin primer. Scrape it in the bin.
I've painted 3 of these.
So this is one of the 3 shelves that we've had to scrape all the paint off. And I've been tasked to try and find some screws that fit in these holes. Do we have some screws in here? Let's have a look. Where have I put them? So I think you can see we definitely need some shelves in here. All in good time. All in good time. Ah, what about this?
Is that all you have to do? Find some screws?
It isn't actually. I have a big project in mind. So we asked across the socials on any advice on tiling over a wooden floor. We knew enough to know we couldn't tile directly onto the floor, but a few people mentioned a membrane. We've got our decoupling mat. And we think after reading up on this magic blue matting, we deemed it absolutely essential to the integrity of this floor.
And how does it work again?
Really want to know? By creating a layer that separates the tile from the underlying substrate like a floor, the separation allows for independent movement between the tile and the substrate, preventing stress cracks and other damage caused by movement, temperature changes or moisture fluctuations. So basically it means the movement in the subfloor isn't transferred to your newly laid and, let's face it, expensive tile floor. Now, probably the simplest but best advice prior to installing this was to make all your cuts first using a sharp knife. It seems so obvious, but having them all ready and numbered meant that when it came to sticking them down, you could work quickly and not risk any adhesive setting in your bucket. The other great tip is to mark with a pencil where each section finishes. This means that when it comes to spreading the adhesive, you can be more accurate in knowing how much to put down for each sheet as you go. So no trial and error placing it down having not covered enough of the area, or putting too much down and not being able to reach where you need to go. Can we go swimming, Mo?
Before you knew it, we were back to the DIY store, getting all the equipment for tiling and grouting.
Oh, it's heavy stuff that, 25 kilo. Oh, my back! Hey, I'm only kidding.
Oh, what a joker. Now, do you think we've got enough bags of grout there?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely need 6.
No.
Don't hold me to that, though.
I think we've overdone it. John, can you smile at me?
Back home, Molly had started painting shelves for the end wall for the second time. Whilst outside, I needed to tame this bush. However, something more pressing out back. I have to do something about that. Molly, get me some waders.
Well, we haven't got any, so...
There it is, little bugger. It's tea time at the Jolly Reno, but more importantly, from like everyone else's house, the dog eats first. Come on, let's get your tea. Oh, I get very excited. Oh, what we're having? We're having the same we had yesterday.
Oh, Marg. I'll tell you what I did get. Sausage and Bren, bolognese seasoning.
Ooh, more importantly, football. Ah, Man City have scored.
No, I'm just doing a big batch of tomato sauce, and then that's on Reno days when we can't bother, just get out the freezer pasta. However, label your bags, because one time I forgot to label my bags and I took a bag out to work. I was judged for taking a bag to work. I thought it was a bag of my frozen tomato soup. No, it was tomato sauce. So I ended up having tomato sauce for my lunch one day at work, which, I mean, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either, was it? Let's be honest. So yeah, always label your freeze bags.
So, I don't know why, let's say it's in my nature, but when I'm tasked to something that involves a tile adhesive or cement, I have a panicky sense of urgency thinking it'll dry out the second it's mixed and feel like I have to rush the whole process.
Thankfully, I'm a little more chilled. So as per the instructions, we had to lay the matting on a bed of 4mm tile adhesive, and the best way we found was to use the flat end of the trowel first to spread it evenly and then go back over with the 4mm notch
Now,
trowel.
because we'd marked out where each sheet started and finished, we could spread just the right amount of adhesive at a time.
And although I started with the first piece, Johnny Longlegs had to take over as I couldn't reach.
Johnny Longlegs?
Sorry, Johnny Longarms.
Come on. And as the pieces went down, Johnny Longarms smoothed it out with a firm pressure using a float to even out tile adhesive and make sure it was all flat and free of trapped air. Now, when I asked on the manufacturer's live chat as to whether the tiles had to be laid straight away after the matting was installed, they did respond saying no, good news, but it was recommended as the mat was hard to clean. No problem, I thought, but the next day, unknown to us, Dexter woke up in the middle of the night and decided to defecate. I can confirm it's a nightmare to clean to get it out of all those little honeycomb-like patterns. Bloody dog.
Hey guys, so today's the day, project tiling. Here we go.
So when we had the plywood down, we measured the centre point and worked out where our first tile was, and then realised that this matting was going on top and we won't be able to see it. So Molly came up with the genius idea of getting
I am so clever.
getting a bit of wood, marking it all on, and we've got lines on the wall so that now we've got the matting on, we put this in place, we know our first tile is going there.
Yeah, I guess it's just like when you do wall tiles and you have your wooden batten, isn't it? It's just like that principle. So hopefully. Yeah, so I've quit my job. I was previously in marketing, been doing it a long time, and I don't know, maybe it's an early midlife crisis. It's a 30-something midlife crisis, but it's just hit a point where I'm like, me and John love what this account has given us, what opportunities, what, like, the people we've met, the brands that we've worked with, the way it's developed our home, the creative freedom. I don't know, it's just like ignited and found something in us that we weren't even expecting when we set up the account.
So we're not really up to much today. Actually, we're only tiling.
Bloody hell.
Whoa, look at them, not too much.
It was now or never. We got this far and it was time to commit to laying the tiles. Anything we had done in the prep work will well and truly be tested, and there was no going back. It was in with the first tile.
Shitting myself.
We got this. First port of call was to mix the adhesive. Remember, John, no panicking, it won't dry out the minute you stop mixing.
I won't panic, I promise.
Panic! Don't panic!
As per the instructions, it was 4.8 to 5.2 litres of water for the whole bag, and the adhesive had to be added slowly and mixed with a mechanical mixer. This is the same as before for installing decoupling mat, but this time we're laying it on a bed using an 8mm notch trowel.
And then remember the markers we made earlier for where the first tiles would go?
How high can you go? It's all in the prep.
Well, we could simply line our piece of wood and off we went, working out from the centre all the way round into the downstairs loo and back out and down to the front door.
Well, I'd say we're about halfway. Just working our way back out the toilet, and then it'll be down the hallway tomorrow. I mean, it is mad to think what we've done in this house. I know people knock houses completely apart and rip everything out. But considering the fact that in our previous home all we really did was hang shelves up, the usual decorating and a bit of tiling. You know, every room we go into, the living room, we made that media wall, we cladded that wall, we installed the blinds and curtains, go to the hallway, we ripped up the floor, we structuralised it, we put tiles down. You know, it's amazing really, and I think if you can really take that sort of leap, start with something simple like putting a shelf up and progress from there. The sense of achievement's massive, but you save yourself a lot of money, you know, saving in the labour costs. So yeah, absolutely, definitely do that. So it's day 2 of tiling. I'm just about to break off for lunch. It's been a little bit awkward, such tight spaces, and I'm a big lump of a bloke. And yeah, it's quite difficult. Hard on the knees, but I think we're getting there. Hopefully we'll finish the rest of this today. Sat down to have coffee. Can't get up.
Got a little distraction here as well. Day 2, look at that, that's what it's going to look like. But we've still got all this to do. So we're about halfway there. Going to finish getting the tiles down today, and then it'll be trying to grout and things like that next week, maybe next weekend, so wish us luck. So it was rinse and repeat for John, with the constant measuring and cutting of the tiles on the wet table saw whilst I continued to lay them.
But it was good use of the leftover wood, which doubled up as a makeshift workbench. And with the heat on our backs at the mid-high to 20 degrees and the pressure that we had to get it done today, it was bearing its toll.
I can't believe we didn't bring any sun cream. Not even like factor 8.
So it's getting to the end of day 2. Molly, are you still loving it? Because I am knackered.
Getting a bit fed up, but we're so close now.
Cue time lapse. And as you can see, it was getting very tight for space, as we really want to avoid walking on any freshly laid tiles for at least 24 to 48 hours. And once we had made our way out the front door, it was fanning in with the last tile.
Hey, would you look at that? I think this has to be not only one of the biggest jobs we've undertaken as DIYers. The kitchen was a big one, but I'd say this is the most satisfying and transforming.
I think I'd have to agree.
Well, you never got that tree pruned. It's lost its leaves now.
So please like and subscribe, guys. It really does make a difference to help us grow as a channel, and therefore we can get videos out way more often than we are.